And then when he said that he would potentially put him on hormone blockers, I just kept retweeting, like, are you guys seeing this? Are you seeing the madness? And the silence I got from all my shiny blue checkmark friends, you'll lose your soul doing that stuff. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Louder with Crowder. I have a confession to make. By now, you may have realized that I am actually a Steven Crowder impersonator. It's not really Crowder, it's me, Owen. I have the honor and the privilege to guest host today, and apparently I'm also modeling Men's Warehouse discount suits. But it's great to be here, and we have a very, very, very special third chair.
Yay! Yeah. Thanks, Owen. I'm just happy to be here and get some teasers.
Today we're going to talk about the top 5 ways leftists sexualize kids.
Yeah.
Question of the day, why do you think the left is pushing sex on kids at such young ages? Have you spent any time considering their motives and the implications of their actions? Please comment. We want to know because we don't really know, and we want to stop these people. In many areas of our culture and society, the left cannot wait to sexualize children. For being so offended by everything, they're hungry to do one of the worst possible things you can do. Seems every day there's another story about the left pushing sex on our kids. We're going to limit this to just 5. There's an insane amount of examples, but we got to keep it to 5. Otherwise, I will become enraged and blow my brains out.
Yeah. Well, there is a gun on your desk, and so let's not do that, right?
No, yeah, that's why we're going to keep it at 5.
Yeah, 5. 5 is the
not
limit.
Loaded.
We tried 6 earlier in a run through, and it got carry. So,
Yeah, if there was a 7 plus 1, I was out. All right.
Definitely not in for that.
This is disturbing. I'm just going to be straight up, and this is real. This is really happening. So I'm glad that we get to just know this is real. Number 5 is weird sex ed. We know there are some weird sex ed programs in public schools. In Canada, they're pushing sex ed that teaches homosexuality in grade 3.
What?
3, grade 3. Masturbation in grade 6.
Oh my gosh.
That's in public school. Oral and anal sex in grade 7.
Got to be kidding me.
No, this is real. As well as teaching there are 6 genders rather than 2 biological sexes. These teachers are the authority figures that your children are with all day, every day.
Yeah.
They look to these people for guidance. Yeah, and the state mandates that we pay them to confuse and traumatize our children.
That's insane.
But this may be the most bizarre taxpayer-funded sex education show ever. The peculiar and confusing act that just play the clip. Just watch it for yourself.
Oh my gosh. Ah!
Should this be blurred?
Oh my gosh. Is that
Those are kids. There's kids around there.
Oh my gosh.
It's like Jim Henson meets Rosemary's Baby. and you see this
Oh my gosh.
This puppet woman give birth and be beaten to death by a brick. And but everything was made a lot more sense when it was revealed that the puppet did have information that would lead to the arrest of one Hillary Rodham Clinton. And something else weird happened. A Planned Parenthood puppet then just appeared quickly and beat the baby with a brick.
Yeah, well, you gotta have equal treatment there.
They put on this nightmare-inspiring exhibit. The name of this is Snuff Puppets. A snuff film is when you kill someone on camera. A snuff puppet is when you kill a child's innocence.
Apparently so.
They call it Snuff Puppets.
Oh my gosh, these guys suck.
The lesson also included the now dead mother spraying the children with simulated breast milk. I didn't realize when they say Australia is down under, they mean it's literally in hell. All right, number 4, accepting pedophile celebrities. When it comes to celebrities, leftists have a long history of ignoring pedophilia.
Yeah.
Here is a room full of lefties cheering convicted child rapist Roman Polanski, followed by Whoopi Goldberg defending him.
Goes for Roman Polanski. For the pianist.
charged. I know it wasn't rape.
Yeah,
there is a
statutory.
Child molest, maybe. I'm not sure. It was something. It was something else, but I don't believe it was rape.
Polanski rape. A passed out and drugged 13-year-old girl at a party at Jack Nicholson's house. That shaded devil guy.
Yeah, who was whistling at this, by the way.
In the video.
But who's to judge, right? I mean, that must fall into the gray area of consent, but God forbid Judge Kavanaugh admit to consuming a beer and having a yearbook.
Right.
Now that's rape. I mean, that woman did lie about something from 40 years ago, but that little 13-year-old girl that was sodomized, and by the way, I take no joy in talking about this, but people have to literally see this so that they can't look away and they can't agree to this.
Right.
And there are plenty of other celebrities who have allegedly groomed and molested children. We call these people an open secret.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Asia Argento, Kevin Spacey, Woody Allen, half the set of Nickelodeon shows, several of which are rehired after they're convicted of child rape, kind of like Brian Peck.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, convicted of child rape and then rehired by Nickelodeon.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, the director of X-Men is a widely acknowledged sexual predator of children who, for a living, is an authority position around children.
Yeah.
That being said, hit the notification bell. I have to remind you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for that. Yeah. Just subscribing means nothing these days. Apparently, we have to ring a bell for some reason. Hit like, comment, share this to your friends. We aren't super liked by the algorithm monster. So that little extra help spreading the word that comedy hasn't been completely eaten by Amy Schumer.
Not that she hasn't tried.
She's tried.
She's tried
hard. Give me punchlines. All right, let's keep going
I'll make them unfunny.
Let's keep going on this horrifying adventure.
I know, right?
Number 3, normalizing pedophilia as an orientation. This is one of my... all right, let me just keep hammering here. Another thing leftists have pushed is the idea that pedophilia is just another sexual orientation, like being gay or straight.
Oh my gosh.
Stop discrimination. It's time to be more tolerant of demons who feed on kids.
Yeah.
Let's be more inclusive of satanic predators. Like a while back, a bunch of leftist sites like Salon and Vice did profiles on this non-offending pedophile named Todd Nickerson.
I am a pedophile. I'm not a monster. I have the traction, but I don't act on it.
Looks like a pedophile.
He's the definition of a monster.
Yeah. Daughter did that one. A friend's daughter did that one, and then a friend's daughter did that one.
Seems like he likes friends' daughters.
They're okay with that at age.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, because they know I am no danger to them. Probably safer with me than they are with, like, a lot of non-pedophiles.
They're safer with a rabid wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
The idea being it's okay for him to want to bang kids as long as he doesn't actually bang kids. And of course, he never would. Wink, wink. Except Nickerson posts he would have sex with kids if we just lived in a more sex-positive society.
Sex-positive? What the hell does that mean?
I'll tell you what it means. Todd Nickerson is the reason AR-15s exist. Predators always want to normalize. That's what they do. Ask yourself this. Would lions or would zebras benefit from the removal of categories and stigma? The lions would keep pushing for inclusivity and to be treated just like lions. Predators are discriminated. Don't use your cis prey privilege. And then once everyone's guard is down, the lions will just feast.
They didn't have to go anywhere. Right there.
Isn't
Mixed
that
in among them.
Isn't that so true, though? It's like, don't judge me for being obviously a predator. Yeah. Number 2. I can't believe this is... All right, transit.
I think we need like a throw up break for people. Like if you need to go throw up and come back.
Yeah, I just need a Nickerson doll to punch in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Transitioning kids. If it weren't enough to sexualize kids, the left now encourages them to make permanent, irreversible changes to their bodies.
Yay.
This isn't some fringe leftist idea. Here's NBC pushing this on national television.
Increasingly, families are going public with what it means to be a transgender kid.
It means you're being abused.
Yeah, exactly.
5-year-old Jacob LeMay is fierce.
He loves karate and dogs and spaceships and playing with his sisters.
Why can't a regular girl like karate and dogs?
You're the brother, right?
They can. This is nonsense.
Were you always the brother?
I'm not always.
What were you before?
They're a sister.
How come it changed?
Because I wanted to be a boy.
Okay.
In the beginning, Mimi and Joe LeMay were raising 3 girls.
Still are.
When Mia was around 2, she started saying, "I'm a boy."
All right.
Are you serious?
I mean, it's. I have a 2.5-year-old son. Like watching that stuff makes my blood literally boil.
Yeah.
All right. So 2-year-olds are old and wise enough to make the decision to change gender. No wonder pedophile leftists think they can consent to sex. This is what it's all about. It's about consent.
Yeah.
Oh, and this hits extra home with me because I was at CAA. I had a book deal with a big publisher. I was on a sitcom and Comedy Central specials and all that stuff. And I called out a guy for doing this very thing on Twitter. And I know I've told this story before, but I don't want people to forget that this is real. A 5-year-old was told he was a girl, and this guy was given all this virtue for it. He said, we're victims. And then when he said that he would potentially put him on hormone blockers, I just kept retweeting, like, are you guys seeing this? Are you seeing the madness? And the silence I got from all my shiny blue checkmark friends, and then people saying apologize or we have to let you go. And I literally went to do tree work for $20 an hour with my brother after just being on a TV show, because I'm like, you'll lose your soul doing that stuff. Yeah. Agreeing with it is just as bad. Well, it's not just as bad, but it's like, how can people stay silent?
Yeah.
It's just mind-blowing. The cost of agreeing to that is you literally lose your own instincts. You don't even trust yourself. That's what happens with a lot of self-hating behaviors, because they literally hate themselves because they know what they've done and they know what they've agreed to. All right. Can you remember what you thought when you were this age? See, this because I think about myself. Exactly. I thought I was a dinosaur. Imagine if instead of actual parents that I fortunately I did and do have, love you, mom and dad. Now that I know that this exists, extra love you, mom and dad. Imagine if I had those dead-eye SJW parents who used my childhood to virtue signal to their awful friends, and they surgically added dinosaur scales that I could never remove and a fake tail, and then made me take hormone blockers so I never had any adult human characteristics.
Oh my gosh.
You know, that's real.
That's essentially what's going on here, right?
100%. The dinosaur phase would pass, and as I grew up, I'd enter a phase where instead I'd want to be a dead person, because 40% of these kids kill themselves. And before you say that's because of societal oppression, that's a higher suicide rate than prisoners in Auschwitz.
Oh.
Kids want to make their parents happy. That's why this drives me insane, is these kids are like, how do I get love and acceptance from my parents?
Yeah, exactly.
And think about how easy it is to victimize these children. Like, my son plays piano at 2 because I do. You know, I want to believe it's just God-given talent because he's good at it, but it's also he just wants to because I do. He builds things with Legos because I say good job. It's like these kids happen to have parents whose approval of them rests on a chemistry experiment so that they can claim victim status at cocktail parties and get more social status and money on the backs of their kids' futures. It's just insane. All right, and number 1, and then I'll let you guys out of this horror show. And this is real, and some of you guys won't want to believe it. This is all real. Child drag queens.
Oh boy.
A lot of progressive outlets have done profiles on child drag queens. For example, here is 10-year-old drag queen Desmond. And in case you thought that was a one-off, there's also an 8-year-old drag queen named Lactatia.
My name is Desmond is amazing. I see myself an LGBTQ activist, a drag kid. My motto is be yourself always, no matter what anyone says.
That is a boy.
Desmond has gotten a lot of well-deserved attention recently because A, he's really young, and B, because he's so fierce.
I came out of the closet when I was only 3.
Lactatia is the deviest diva you could ever think of. I've been wearing like my sister's tutus since I was like 3s and 4s, even like 2s, and I've been dancing around in like little pink dresses and stuff. So yeah, I think I've had lactation inside of me since I was born, and that's why I love that song, Born This Way.
We just want our kids to express themselves however they see fit, as long as it's respectful and they're nice people. We really don't care.
Yeah, they want
I'm not trying to make judgments here, but I'm like, what are the parents doing in this
Well,
case?
there you go. You saw it right there.
Right.
Well, they don't want people to be lactatia intolerant. Aggressives try to claim there's nothing sexual about child drag queens, that it's just playing dress up. But then they post a pic of Lactatia wearing a onesie from an adult clothing store and holding a balloon that says, "Eat a dick."
Oh my gosh.
That right there is the face of a society that's overly tolerant to monsters. That's the end result of the millions and millions of tiny little concessions that people make daily so they aren't called intolerant by people on Facebook or they get a little extra money. That is the result of not defending our kids. There's definitely nothing sexual about that. Eat a dick.
Yeah.
LGBTQAI is hungry for that pee.
Ugh.
Caitlyn Jenner playing dress up as an adult is one thing, but going after kids is another. Evil needs to snuff out good, and there's nothing more good than kids.
Yeah.
This is a way to hide abuse in plain sight. Nothing makes these people more excited than an entire society so frozen by the threat of getting a thumbs down on Facebook that they accept the sexual exploitation of their own children. The left projects what it is that they're trying to do, and in this case, it's sexualizing mainstream America to accept pedophilia in order to have their way with children without any opposition.
Hey there, YouTube viewer. If you like this video, you first off should probably seek counseling, but you should subscribe or hit the notification bell or watch one of these videos that's playing. The truth is, I don't know what any of that means anymore. If you try and subscribe or hit the notification bell, you won't be notified. And if you try and click one of these videos, it's just going to take you to BuzzFeed Boldly Fat Broads as they get carried out of their houses where they had to break down the north wall and they get carried out in a land whale tarp. I don't know what's happening on YouTube. I know what's happening with Mug Club, louderwithcreditor.com/Mug Club. You get to watch The Daily Show 1 hour every single day, not just clips, along with like 15 other shows for $69 annually if you're a student or veteran or military. And you get to keep us here on YouTube for free because we can irritate them by your support. It's worth it, right?